Beer. 2. Come on. Give me a beer.
You're so damn demanding.
I am. Come on. Up 2, up 2, up 2. I'm parched here, sir.
Parched.
I am parched.
You're parched. God, fine.
Thank you.
Go away.
That was a nice crack.
Yeah, it was. You're lucky I love you.
Why?
Because most people wouldn't get a beer for somebody that just dumped gear oil all over their tool cart.
That was an honest mistake, and then on top of that, you should not leave an open container in your tool cart.
It was sitting right there. How did you miss it?
It was also cut open.
I know. Makes it draining easier and it keeps the fluid clean. I was gonna reuse it.
Well, you can't now.
No, now I can't.
Poor placement.
Poor handling.
Today, Junior.
I said it today, dickhead.
Well, it was sure as hell felt like yesterday. Wait, what? Cheers. Welcome to Monroe County's finest. I'm Nate.
And I'm Mike. And today, we're gonna install our brand new Dorman, that's right, Dorman, shifter cable for this truck. Part number 905-144.
And we'll also leave that part number in the description down below if these guys need it.
Yeah, or right here.
Yeah.
But I like what you did there.
Yeah.
Better.
It makes it a little easier.
Yeah, and we're gonna try to do this step by step. A little less time lapse this time, so you know, hopefully we do this correctly and not look like fools.
We already know you guys want to hear the voice of angels right now, so you're good.
Sure. But I will say this, before we start this project, you know what really pisses me off? Let's have a beer and talk. Okay, so this is a 3.5 inline 5-cylinder motor. And you're probably thinking, okay, what does that have to do with anything? I will explain that. This motor came out of a 2006 GMC Canyon. This was my dad's vehicle. The frame rotted out, which really pisses me off, by the way. So I figured I'd do the nice thing and part it out for him. This motor is such over-engineering at its absolute finest. Nate, give me a beer. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Okay, anyway, this thing is so over-engineered. Look where the starter is. How the hell are you supposed to get at that when it's even in the truck, okay? What the hell? Also, if you come over to here, this is the transmission. There is a small, tiny, little freaking gap to get into the torque converter bolt, and you need a special angled wrench to get up in there. Why? Also, to get this stupid thing out, I had to raise the cab like 10 inches to get it to clear, and I had to cut the firewall out completely, or not the firewall, but the rad support. I had to cut it all out with a Sawzall just to snake this thing through. What the hell were they thinking? What were they thinking? I'm Mike, and Mike likes nothing. What were we talking about? Oh yes, this.
Shift linker cable.
Right, yes. Now that we're going back into subjects that we're actually working on, we're gonna start and install this, take the old one out and install the new one. Stay tuned. All right, first thing you're gonna wanna do is take this cover off. 7mm bolts, I believe there's 2 of them. Might have to, sometimes you got to pull this up a little bit. These plastic things here, they just come right off usually. Of course, in this case, this one doesn't want to. There we go. Next, you're going to take this rusty cover off. I believe those are 10mm bolts. Let me go get a socket.
While he's grabbing the sockets, there are 4 10mm, 2 on each side. You can see them right there. You're gonna zip them out to drop this metal bracket off.
That just comes off. All right, and right there is your shifter link right there. This is the end that you're going to hook up to. Now, this is going to be the hard part because you got to pull this out and route it all the way, the right way, through underneath the floor. And so we're going to collect all of our hardware here, take these mats out. Missing a nut. Here it is. Shut up, that wasn't funny.
I'm missing your nuts.
This is supposed to be informational and you're ruining it.
I think I'm making it golden right now.
All right, that was a little funny. Let's take these mats out of the way.
Also, in most cases, you're also going to have a rug right here on the floor. In our situation, we don't. You're gonna have to take off this trimming.
Actually, I don't think you need to do that with these.
No?
I didn't have to with this truck. Actually, it was a pain because I had to pull this matting out of the way with this truck.
But this is the floor matting?
Yeah, this is the floor matting. This was in this truck, but these floors had to be replaced because they were so shot. And we'll flash a couple pictures of what they looked like up on the screen right now. But they were really, really gone.
Yeah.
So these have been replaced once before, and the shifter cable kind of just lays in there.
So for real quick, then I want to show you guys, if you can get the light, there we go. That's where it comes through the floor. Shift cable routes up through the plastic, up into there, and then it routes right over, let me get the light, there it goes. And it routes right over to here to the shift linkage.
Which I will say this too, it's a lot harder than it looks. To route all that crap back up in there. It's just very tedious. There's stuff that it catches on. This is the hardest part. Getting the old one out isn't too bad because you really don't care if it breaks or whatever. But putting the new one in, you want to be careful. It's just annoying. So we're gonna attempt to get this old one out right now. So
the first step is actually disconnecting the cable from the linkage bracket right there.
Right here. Yep. After you take all that stuff out of the way, of course. So this is where you're going to want to do that. And I believe get a screwdriver, and I think that just will pop right off there. It's like a ball.
Ball socket.
Yep. All right. I believe all you got to do is just give this a quick. Yep. Now that's off. Now there's like a little plastic tab right in here. You got to try to squeeze them together and then push this whole thing through that bracket, similar to the one set up down underneath it. Obviously this one isn't broken, the bottom one is. And another thing that we noticed about this cable is if you take a look at this, let's get the light on it, that is bad. That should not be frayed like that. It's really like there's broken pieces of this metal cable. It was time to be replaced anyway, but this just assures that. So, because there's this tab right here, you push up, and you want to hold that side down. Might be able to push this one in. There we go, just like so. Now it's just a matter of routing it all through under the dash, and you got to make sure you look at where it goes.
So we just got the cable out from underneath, and I just wanted to show you guys it goes from underneath your steering column, which is that part right there with the plastic there, and this little metal bracket that's to the left of it. It comes right out from behind it, and it just pulls right off then.
It's a lot harder to get the new one up in there because you want to be careful. You don't want to break it. It's just, they suck. It's just a tedious thing. Things that you need patience for, and we both know I have no patience.
Next step is once you get the cable over there disconnected from your shift, you want to go underneath the truck, which I'm going to bring you guys under with me, to disconnect it from the transmission. Now, once you're underneath the truck, this is your shift linkage cable where it actually connects to the transmission. This is where the tab broke on the transmission, and right now it could just easily get pulled right out and flop out. So in this situation,
Do you need the screwdriver?
Yeah, it might. So in this situation, we're gonna go and pull it into a gear just so we could get this little plastic out. Come up here with the flathead screwdriver, pop it out of the ball joint, and it gets snaked right back over here, over the transmission, and across the frame of the truck. You just want to slowly snake it back through. Once you get those little zip tie holders off, you should be able to just snake everything through the frame, and of course the light dropped.
Go ahead. Okay, it's out from the floor.
And that's the old one out.
Not a big job, it's just a tedious job. It's an annoying job.
Yeah.
It's easier if you have a lift. Yeah, so for anybody listening, a lift would be nice, so subscribe, damn it.
All right, let's grab the new one and install that. And
Yeah, but I want to have a beer first.
I'd go for a beer. I'm empty out.
Yeah, let's have a beer first. Then we'll have a celebratory beer that we got the old one out. And then we'll install the new one. All right, so this cable came in 2 different pieces. This is the top piece. This is the bottom piece. This is the part that bolts to your trans. And we got to take this Nathan-sized condom off this.
Wow.
There we go. Hold that. You might need it for later. And this...
Take a to the face.
That was uncalled for.
That was totally called for.
And then these two just kind of click in together. But we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to try to get one set in before the other one. So that'll be yours. That's funny. That's funny. I'm going to sneak this down in there for now. Not going to push the grommet in just yet. But we're going to push this down so we have some maneuverability room here so we're not bending the balls out of this new cable. Would preferably not like to do that.
And then this gets clipped.
It's got to turn.
Yeah, it does. Alrighty. Let me get that then. Alright, with some finagling, you're able to then get it through, clipped into the old bracket.
There's a lot of finagling.
A lot of finagling. We actually had to cut the camera because we were having some struggle.
Yep,
and
good game.
that was my butt.
I got a beer. I gotta get a beer.
Alright. And then right here, it just pops right onto the socket. You just gotta push it on. With everything going on, we got the weather grommet right there. It could be popped in, but we're gonna hold out for a little bit until we get to the other half of the wiring. All right. Shift cable goes over. So once you get this snaked under, we're gonna just loop it back up to where your linkage cable is. Just like that. So we're gonna just keep this dangling for right now. And we're gonna connect the lines together real quick.
Hey, look in the hole. Can you look in the hole?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
I can see it. I don't know if the camera can see it.
Yeah, the camera can see it. What does that look like to you? You know what that is?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna tell you.
All right. Now we're just gonna connect the wires. They press fit in nicely together.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. All right. So the way I tried recording it, it wasn't working out, but there's a white piece of clip where both wires connect to. That's your actual adjustment. We had to go through all the ranges, all the gear selects to get it to where it needed to be on both park and then all the way down to first. And then it just locked into place once it got all squared away.
Yeah,
now,
normally when I buy these things, they're already together and
yeah,
there's really no adjustment. But this is the first time I've had them come separate, and we had to adjust it. So good call there, Nate. Good call.
Yep. So now you know, Mike could show you the range and selection that it all works if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that. No, actually, I have to move some stuff because gotta hop back in there.
My bad.
That's all right. Hold this.
Yep.
All right. All right. So we are in park. We are in reverse. Neutral. Drive. 3, 2, 1. All the way back up. And everything feels like it's supposed to. It shifts good. This feels fine. So I think it's just a matter of putting all this crap back in, and I think we're done here.
I think so.
And I think we can finally park this old girl outside. All right, well, that's going to be this video today. We did have a bit of an issue getting everything adjusted. Like I said before, usually when I buy these cables, they're together. I've never had one separated, so this was kind of a learning curve for both of us. But Nate was smart enough to figure out how to adjust it. And, you know, we got everything, as before I showed you, we got everything, you know, in the right place. So I believe now the truck will shift the way it should. So basically right now, besides the cam sensor and the injector code, I believe we're going to move it out of the garage, and we're going to
clean everything up.
Really clean up in here. It is a pig pen. There's parts, there's motors, there's welders, there's vehicles. It's just ridiculous. So we're gonna spend a really good time cleaning this place up, getting it straight, neat, and organized, throwing junk away that I don't need, and very excited to show something that I brought home this past Monday. Today is the 15th. So what was Monday?
15th, so it'll probably be on the
12th or 11th?
12th.
Yeah, 12th, I think.
That'd be the 12th.
So, really super excited to introduce this vehicle to the channel. We just bought it. It's a really cool vehicle. I'm just going to leave it to you at that. So please, please, please be sure to stay tuned.
Yes.
Next time, we'll clean the garage up, and then we'll pull it in, and we'll do a walk around. So really excited to share it, and it's going to tell a great story.
Oh yeah, especially when it's done too.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like this old pig behind us, tells a great story, and we've gained a lot of knowledge. Definitely a lot of knowledge. I bought this old junker for $1,800, and it's just, this has been my college. This has been my school. Is pulling this vehicle apart, changing things, working on things, and just getting it where it needs to be and getting it in running condition.
Yeah, so we are also going to have a whole video where we basically sit down and have a beer talk with you guys about what we learned, what we would do differently, what we would fix if we could go back in time when it comes to claws, and how we went about on ripping everything apart and putting everything back together, just to kind of also help kind of learn from this experience for future projects when we do more projects. And like I said, it's just gonna be us sitting down and talking. We'll have some laughs, we'll have some fun, so stay tuned for that video. And that's basically it for this video. I hope this also helped anybody who is trying to change a shift linkage cable on their own truck. Sorry again if it was not the greatest type or up to what we normally do. We wanted to give a little bit more of an informational video instead of just having us speed run through what we did and then kind of glimpse over what we normally do. Other than that, this is Monroe County's finest. I'm Nate.
And I'm Mike.
Cheers.
Cheers.